Combaticons! I told you to abort! The mission is lost! Who are you to defy me?
I've heard enough of his orders. We need to take control of this ship! Combaticons, combine into Bruticus!
All right, and welcome to another Megatron diorama stream. And today we're going to be working on the beach. This is going to be the beach for my Bruticus shelf. So kind of like how we did with the Devastator shelf, we're kind of doing it with one, just kind of like for one solo sort of piece, because obviously it's a very big figure I got in my collection, so he needs all the room he can get. So we don't really have a whole lot of room for any other characters on the shelf, and that's perfectly fine. I think it works better that way anyways. But yeah, so last night I actually got a bit of a base coat done. I don't need to use too much of a base coat though. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of painting on this one actually, at least for the sand part, because I will be using this stuff right here. We're going to be using some kinetic sand, because obviously we are doing the beach from the Starscream's Brigade episode. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Rockfield Ninja, good to see you. Yeah, I love all my. See, I have the same problem too. It's like I cannot pick my favorite Transformers characters. I love them all. So, but yeah, so we got the base coat done last night. Posted a video of that, kind of teaser on my Twitter. So today we're gonna be starting off actually on the water, because what I did here was I kind of used some clay to kind of add like a little bit of a water coming onto the shore of the beach for the diorama. So we're gonna start off with like a very light sort of bluish, whitish sort of color for the water. Just kind of a good base coat going for that. And then maybe later on we can do like a wash. I want to kind of have a more of a natural sort of look for it. We'll see if it works out the way we want to. If not, we can always do other things with it and make it work. Go and got contracts. Yeah, I really want them to make a really good Computron. Kind of go with the current like scaling system with the. Just trying to see. Noticed the lamp was kind of a blocking view. All right, you know what? I'm gonna switch chairs. I have two chairs here. This one's like way too small. Hold on. Too big. All right. Cheers, everybody. All right. See that? All right. That chair is way too fucking thin for me. I'm gonna be so fucking uncomfortable this whole stream. So yeah, so we're gonna start with the water, and I have this clay. I actually just realized it's gold clay, so I was like, oh, weird, but I'm gonna cover it up anyways. What we're using this for is going to be where the edges here make a more natural sort of sandy sort of look when it comes to add the kinetic sand on top of it. So rather than it just being like a very, very steep sort of drop off there, because the sand really isn't that steep. You know what I mean? Usually a bit smooth, a bit more kind of. So we'll be doing that as well. But first, we'll do some painting. So I'm going to use some white. And then we're going to grab aqua for a turquoise color. It's a brand new one. I haven't used it. I haven't been painting in months, though, so it's interesting. Yeah, this is going to be the last diorama, at least for now, anyways. Anyway. Now, I could go back, because there are a few dioramas I do go back and touch up. Maybe that could be a stream at some point in the near future. But, hold on, I'm doing myself. Get my Don't want to hear my voice. All right. We're using a turquoise, mixing that with some white. And I'm just going to see if this is what we want. It can work. It can work with that. I want a very, very sort of light blue here. Nothing too crazy. So mix it all in. Nice sort of baby blue going. I gotta be very careful with this first part because I want to start by getting the edges of the water. Make sure I'm not. Actually, that doesn't really matter too much because I will be going back to some sand as much. But I am going to try and be as conscious about that. Start off with the water. So you can probably use a bigger brush. Just want to make sure you can see that. We'll start with the edges. It's going to get mapped out first and foremost. It's kind of like how I did the. There's kind of a few I've done like this with the clay here. Make a little water effect, and then the water on the oil rig, which is a nightmare to do. The Golden Lagoon with the swamp and the Devastator. It's kind of the same sort of clay specifically. Kind of create these little effects. I'm sure there are other ways you can kind of get these kinds of effects as well. Probably they're a lot better, a lot more. But this is the way I'm doing it. Yeah, well, I kind of have a nice, very, very nice, sort of bright, vibrant sort of blue here. Because the Bruticus I have, he's got a lot of very, very dark, sort of muted colors. So you kind of want to help. And so dark colors pop out more brighter environment for them to inhabit around. Which I could kind of explain that more when I get to the collection tour. Because I think once I get this dioramas done, I think I'll probably do another collection tour because there's been some significant changes in the collection couple of months. So it might be interesting. So I'm almost done actually. At least the current display of Transformers. I have a few. So almost all my Decepticons done now. I have Reflector on the way. And I'm just right now I'm just kind of waiting for. I'm still waiting for like bands to with their Blitzwing as well as their Dead. Those parts of the collection there. And I just ordered the Sound Blaster from Fans Toys. So, not entirely sure where I'm putting him. I just kind of bought him because I wanted to. Like, about where I wanted him to go, but I'll probably figure it out. I'll probably put him with the Galvatron or something. So I do kind of see him more as a sort of a season 2, or season 3 character. He was kind of in the sequel series where he got his like main sort of debut. And I need scissors. Still have new supplies need to be opened up. There we go. Once I get the outline here done, come in with the sponge stick, and then I can just kind of breeze through here. But yeah, so the idea for the back, I'll talk about the back when we get to it. It's kind of hard to kind of explain without having a visual. It's going to have kind of it's going to be kind of a beach mixed with a little bit of water. If that makes sense. So it's going to be kind of a. Because on the right side, it's going to be more beach, more you know, foresty, more jungly, and then on the left side, it's going to be more watery. So it's going to be kind of a mix, but kind of a different sort of a position. To kind of put them in. So I think it would just be more interesting to look at. I've already had a few straight on. And I kind of like changing up the perspective a little bit on the background. It's more interesting to look at. So, and I'll explain that more when we get to it. But yeah, that's the plan for me. Ooh, too far. Okay, move on to the edge. Okay. Just want to make sure we get all the edges properly. And we can move on. Not too worried about getting on the brown here because I will be going over that with some sand. I don't worry too much about that. We'll just kind of go over big areas now. Don't require a whole lot of precision. Start from sort of color going. I might make this area a bit more darker when I get going here, but we'll see. Kind of liking this color though. Water, ocean water specifically is a lot more darker, but since it's the shore, we can kind of be a bit more lighter here. So, don't have to commit to anything just yet. Voice cracking, crack-a-lacking. Yeah, I was going to do the turtle stream today, but I kind of felt like just doing more diorama stuff. So I keep getting a lot of out of town work as possible. So then, yeah, from there we can probably do another diorama or another. I might make it a more informative one though. I might actually just actually talk you through. There's a lot there. Talk about and just be like, oh, where this character came from. might be useful for some people to you know, if people are really like finding toys or whatever, and, oh, where's this character come from? Or where's it come from? Company makes this, or where do you buy them? And so it might be more, might make for a video for some people. Let's see. Might need more paint. Starting to run out. All right, should be enough. Careful now, because the weight on this thing is actually really weird and wonky, because the clay is actually very heavy now, because I have a huge like layer of clay on it, so it kind of like throws off the balance. I have this ceramic so far. I gotta be careful with the way I move it. Try to get every part on the side here. As many of the little cracks as possible. I'll bend up just a little bit. There you go. I almost want to do an underwater diorama. I just don't know if I'd really have a character or a team or whatever to do that would make sense for that. I guess we could do the sea economy if they would come out with it instead of sea, but it'd just be really. I just think it would just be a really cool idea. Do underwater stuff. Give me an excuse to paint some sharks or something. Yeah. Okay. So now that that's kind of drying, we're gonna kind of move on to the top area here. And I just kind of want to do some little testing here more so. I just want to see how the clay just I have to use some to sort of keep that in place. Probably won't need any more paint. I'll keep it off to the side. If we need a second sort of coating. Pull out some. I'm just gonna do a little test here. I'm not gonna worry. We're not gonna do too much here just right now. I just want to get the right now. I want to kind of focus on just getting the edges here, and then this area will be a lot easier to do once I get going. And also because I'm still waiting for this to dry and paint. I work on the later here. Be mindful of that. I'm gonna have to try and be a little bit thinner with the way I do things with this, because I want to make sure there's enough left up, because I'm not too sure 2 packs of these things will be enough for everything, but we'll see. Let's see. Seems to be kind of sticky. If I put enough pressure on it, it should be fine without glue. Hopefully 2 is enough. You like that. Yeah. Not too sure if 2 will be enough. I kind of like the gold though. It kind of might help make the sand more sparkly, for better terms. Let's do a little test here. I'm not gonna do a whole lot. I want to make sure it's gonna work the way I want it to. I've never used kinetic sand before, actually. It's kind of interesting. Okay. We'll do one corner and then we'll kind of see if we like it, and then we can go from there. Yeah, you like this? I think I like it. Not sure if I'll need glue, actually. I want to think about it. Try it out on the actual foam here. Hey, Deadman. How's it going? So, is it properly? I'm kind of liking this. It's kind of nice how it works, though. There's not really a whole lot, because I know a little bit of kinetic sand, so it is kind of interesting how it doesn't really get everywhere because it kind of sticks together. Interesting. Just a little bit more. What's funny actually when I bought the clay here, like underneath it, I didn't actually realize it was gold. It just looked like beige to me, so I was just like, "Oh, that makes sense for this." But I'm not too sure I'll have enough for the whole side here. So we're just doing the edges here. I'm not doing anything else, at least for not today. In areas, not too sure if the packs of these is going to cut. Probably should have bought 3 or 4 maybe, but whatever. Hindsight 2020. We'll get what we can do. That's all we can do. Maybe I'll get some more clay while I'm out today, if I need it. Yeah, we'll see. Might be able to make it. Actually, I probably could pull out some of the older air dry clay, maybe. But I don't know if that'll work really well with the stand. So I'm not too sure if I want to do that. All right, we managed to get to the middle. Let's do that. So we might be able to get the other half. But at least I know that I'm going to like the sand here. I'm just going to like in the way it's kind of turned out. We have enough sand for this whole thing. I'll start moving like this. Move sideways. There. Get more on there. And just kind of focus on the edge. Fine. Now we can't do, like I said earlier, we can't do a whole lot on this end because we need to still paint the water here. So we're just going to kind of go sort of in the middle of this, the main area here. So I want to make sure it's all painted up before I throw in some sand details here. But in the time being, we can work on other things. I have a few rocks I want to add. Probably paint those up while we're waiting for stuff to dry and whatnot. They'll go with the sand here. Probably won't be gluing them in. Not too sure I want to put glue on the sand or. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, a little. So I might be able to make this work with just 2 things of clay. And we did it. All right. Made it work. Because originally I was going to actually have the clay everywhere on the whole thing, but that would not work out, I don't think. So now that we have the clay in, we can kind of start throwing the sand back. It's probably one of the more fun ones, actually. Fun dioramas, actually. Since you get to work with sand. A little bit different than what we're used to here. Oh, there's a view for y'all. Yeah. There we go. There's our little beach. Our beaches. Yeah, it's not working. Just kind of work it into the sand or into the clay. Fill in the gaps. So quite a bit, actually. I should be able to make it all work. Oh, jeez. I actually kind of like the gold as a base for sand. That makes it more. Because if there is like little gaps like showing through, like it'll actually kind of add like a little bit of a sparkle sort of to it. One thing I kind of want to do, but not sure if I will. It's not for now. It might happen at some point, but one of the things I actually want to do is actually have some like little like old like World War I, World War II sort of vehicles in the sand because that's kind of like the origin of the they were basically found by Starscream. Or rather, there were a bunch of these. So in the episode Starscream's Brigade, there was an episode where Starscream is on the island, kind of just deserted by this and all that, and so he uses those. And so he finds a bunch of old like World War II vehicles and decides to take them and turn them into a team of his own, which became the Combaticons, aka Bruticus. So that's these devils. Plays at the start of the screen, but I was playing for y'all who just joining.
Retreat! Retreat!
Combaticons! I told you to abort! The mission is lost! Who are you to defy me?
I've heard enough of his orders. We need to take control of this ship! Combaticons! Combine into Bruticus!
So one of the ideas I wanted to do was maybe like add some little like vehicles and tanks or jets or plane like or helicopters or jeeps, kind of like scattered across, like like old sort of abandoned sort of vehicles in the diorama. But, yeah. Might glue in the edges of the sand here. Just might have to do that at some point. Just make it a little more stable. It's a little too much. So fill in some of these other areas, need a little more attention. I might glue at some point on the well, I think once I get the edges kind of glued in, I think it should be fine. We'll see. I like Bruticus. It's constantly battling. Yeah. So that's my sort of thing I might do at some point. I just need to. I was trying to find some online, like some like old like ones, because I don't want to buy like really expensive ones. You know what I mean? Like expensive vehicles. It's like I'm gonna be tearing them apart most likely just to make them fit in the diorama. Um, so I need to find like real cheap thing. I might have to go by the dollar store. Maybe there's something there work for me. I think if I glue the edges in, I think that should kind of keep everything else sort of stable. Don't worry about gluing everything else down. All right. Ooh, it's a lot. Holy mother. Hold on. It's kind of fun to work with. But yeah, that was kind of like the idea I was kind of floating around in my head. I still can make it happen. I just don't have a whole lot of like vehicles and stuff at the moment. So. All right. Just kind of, we'll sort of tighten that up a bit later. Just trying to spread out as much as I can. Kind of casting a shadow. Make it difficult to see. I'll put it right there. Someone's texting me. Gotta be kind of conscious of my time here today because I have a dinner point with the fam. So just waiting on what people are up to. Okay. All right. Fill in this corner real quick, and then we'll kind of touch up the front here. All right. Put it all together. Ah. All right. Anyone want to make a sandcastle? Ah, making out. Stay together. All right. We'll just go. We'll see how far we can stretch this up. Yeah, like I said, once I get the sides of it kind of glued in, I think that'll kind of stabilize the interior a bit more. So we're gonna do that. We're kind of tightening it up. Not too worried about the edges mainly getting not getting enough because you're not gonna see it. There's gonna be rocks kind of in the background here, so I'm gonna be too anal about it. Hey, Dr. Leaf, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. We are making some sand. I gotta reel back a little bit because we can't do too much just yet. The actually the blue is kind of drying up pretty quick. Let's see. But yeah, so today we are. I know that you're not. People are new to the channel. This is kind of something I used to do a lot more frequently last year because. But what we're doing right now, we're making a diorama for my data toy. So that's kind of what I do with my Transformers. I make dioramas for them to kind of live in, habit and all that. It allows me to be very, very creative and all that. And try new things. Today we're doing because we're doing Bruticus, we're doing the beach from Starscream's Brigade, where Bruticus got his origin story in the cartoon. So that's what we're doing here today. Now we can't go too far on the edge because we're still painting the water. I don't want to mess with it too much, especially because we're going to have a wash coming in pretty soon. But I'm just trying to get as much of the edge as we can for now. And kind of paint rocks. Start working on the background, on the backdrop. Anyways. There we go. It's kind of how I work. I kind of just like work on different things, different times, depending on when paint's dry and all. Kind of the best way to do it, at least for me. Actually, really liking it. Liking the fun to work with. It doesn't really stick anywhere, too, so it might not cause any problems for Bruticus when I put them in here. I don't think it'll be sticking to him. Ooh, gotta move it just a little bit. That should be about it for now. All right. I'm just gonna grab our little tool here. We're just kind of flatten it out on the edges. I'm just kind of going in and smoothing it out, but not too much because obviously sand isn't always smooth. So see how much we can move it. Okay. Yeah, it's our little beach so far. I think I'll do a second coating just because there's a little bit of a brown sort of showing from earlier. So I want to do a quick second coat. We'll work on some rocks, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'll see if we need more dry, and then we'll kind of just move on to the back end as we go. Pyrography image. Nice. I have no idea what pyrography is. But that sounds cool. Sounds like a cool thing. Yeah, we're gonna grab my I'm just gonna do a second coating. Just kind of get rid of some of that brown here, and then once this all dries, we'll be coming in with a blue wash, and we'll kind of put that over this, and that'll probably be it for the day for the water, because it'll probably take a while for that to dry. I think it'll make it really interesting. If it doesn't work, then we can do something else. For the color. Kind of similar how I did it's kind of a similar idea I have in mind for the lava for the Devastator shelf. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wood burning. Gotcha. That's cool. That is very cool. Let me cover that up. Okay, paint might have been a really good job. Done a good job of sealing the sand in. That might have been a better idea, but a little late now. So rather stick with the glue idea. I don't know. I think maybe it's spray glue. I might have better actually. I know that there is like some sort of like spray glue kind of spray on stuff. Maybe that might be better for kinetic sand. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So we're mixing a turquoise with a white. We're just using really cheap Craft Smart paint. That's all you really need. I mean, anything's fancy. Done. All right. Let's slide you down just a bit. There. It's focused. Okay, I'll just kind of come in with the sponge stick, and I'll kind of just clean it up. Right. Let's see. Let's do one last sort of run through on the side here. Not too worried about the sides here much, but I still want to make sure I do a decent enough job. But yeah, once this is done, I'll probably be able to do another collection tour at some point. This time I'll probably do a more, like I said earlier, I'll probably do a more in-depth collection tour because I know there's a lot of people who are not really as familiar with the collecting game, or specifically like there's a couple, there's a bit of a bunch of different lines, different scales, different sort of things that people collect. So I'd be maybe an interesting sort of stream or video. Not gonna do a stream of that just because it'll be kind of a difficult thing for me to stream. My collection is way too far away from my computer, so yeah, I use all my I use my phone, but my phone battery died. So yeah, I'll figure something out. But I'm not sure how much we talk about because I actually kind of want because me and Devin are kind of planning a another Transformer stream, so it might save a lot of these talking points for his show because he has more. Because I kind of found out there was a lot more sort of the normal Transformers fans in his audience. I kind of a bit more kind of feel the fanboy knowledge and stuff like that. Like people who are not as informed. Transformers is a really difficult franchise to really talk about, especially lore-wise, because like so many different fucking iterations of the franchise. It just makes it really complicated. It's like the preface saying, "Oh, this is not the movie. This is not this cartoon or that cartoon. I'm talking about this for very different shows." You know, and just like I love Transformers, but it's really difficult to explain. All right, that should be. Or leave that alone. Gently place this down. And while it's drying, we'll do some rock work. So these little guys here. Some gray. All right, I'll move in just a little bit for y'all. I think it's kind of random rocks I'll be putting into the display. I haven't really decided which ones are going where, but on beaches you'll see, especially in like BC, they kind of where bunch of like a lot of like rocks and stuff on the side of the beach. So I kind of want to do that. Just kind of break up the sand, the beige sort of sand color a bit. That's kind of one of the things you kind of do for these dioramas. You want to have a bit more extra pop of color. You don't want to have like just one singular sort of color whole thing. You want to make sure there's a lot of variety, so it doesn't look too mundane and boring. Wait. All right, so let's start with the tops. We'll start with this. Yeah. I'm not gonna wear the bottoms because you're not gonna see it on the shelf. No use in painting it. I'm wasting good old paint. I'll move the camera just a little bit there. There we go. I'll be Squeaka. How's it going? Looking beautiful. Thanks. Good to see you. And we got Unlocking Lord. Good to see you, man. All right. Hold up. Thank you. No, I was born in BC, but I live so. But I was only in BC for a very brief moment when I was being popped out. So yeah, lived most of my life in Alberta here. Been to Small Rocky Beach and oh, nice, yeah, nice. Yeah, I was born on the Vancouver Island. Actually, that's where I was born. So. Put this guy back in here. We'll move on to another rock. We will rock you. I'll be traveling there for a few weeks in the box. Nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to actually save up for a trip to Hawaii actually for a couple months now. For maybe next year. Not too sure if I'll be able to make it. If not, definitely the year after, though. I think. But yeah, by then I'll have a whole lot more saved up. I might just do that. I might just like save up. Maybe I might just wait before I go. Yeah, I always kind of want to go to Hawaii. Get away for a while. Yeah. I think I might benefit more if I just wait another year. I can have it more saved up, and I can actually spend a little bit more while I'm there because I know it's like really, really expensive there. So gotta be very careful. I was near there. Surrey. Oh, Surrey. Yeah. Okay. All right. I knew you would be showing up for this stream, Squeaka, because it's my kneecap stream. That means I'm wearing pants, not shorts. So don't worry, I'll whip them out for you in just a minute. Yeah, for those who don't know, that's kind of our thing. One day she came to my chat, hitting on my knees, and it's kind of been our thing ever since. So, all right. The top here. I'll just place it back in there. And some whistles. All right. Now you're whistling. I gotta do it now. All right. There's knee number 1. Kind of. There you go. That should be a knee model. Had a few moments and saw you and on. Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because this might be the last diorama stream for a little while. It's kind of good that you're here. So I don't really have a whole lot more planned at the moment. Oh, I got a kink in my leg. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, if those who don't know, Squeak is my resident cheerleader in the so all right. Should be in, yeah. All right. That should be enough. Getting quite a bit done today. Check on the it's drying up pretty quickly actually on the water there, so I can probably do a wash real quick. Then we can move on to the back and side walls. So those just we are doing the beach from the Starscream's Brigade episode from the original, where that's kind of where Bruticus kind of got his start, and so that's kind of what we're doing the diorama based on. That is kind of a new sort of environment to do. We've done mountains, we've done water, we've done volcanoes, we've done Lincoln Memorial, we did forest, we did some Cybertron environment, so just swamp. Now we're doing the beach. All right, that should be enough for now. The weird sort of rock shape or whatever. I'm sure I'll find something for it. But actually, if you go to the beaches in Vancouver Island, you can actually look at the rocks and be crabs kind of hanging out there. Because they like the shade. So, yeah. Actually, once this one time, actually, we were on an island or whatever, my grandparents and my brother and sister, and he decided to be an asshole. And I found a dead crab, and so I decided to get out of my system, go at her and stuff, or leaving like a claw on her shoulder or something. Yeah, I was an asshole. Uh, Yeah, that should be good enough there. All right, that should be good enough. Let this go nice dry here for a minute. Even when I'm not around, I'm cheering for you. Aw, thanks, Wika. I appreciate you. All right, it's still kind of drying. Yeah. So we'll probably start doing the back while we're waiting. All right. I see it. I was naughty sibling too at times. Yeah, I was an asshole. All right, so I think we'll start. Actually, we'll start this way. I want to start with the sky. The sky up here, and it's bad lighting angle. Ooh. There we go. Hope I can get you guys a good view here. It's gonna be really awkward. It's so big, so big. You know what? I'll just put it on the side actually. There we go. So we use a different color for the sky. Just I want to go for a more not a cloudy sky. A cloudy sky, not too like grayish sky. Kind of sort of blue. I think we're gonna go with that. Really bright blue sky with the devastator one. So it's a little different. Have some gray and some brushes. I might need a big brush, so to speak. But yes, the way I kind of laid it out, it's kind of hard to explain. But I have the sky, I have the mountains, then I have the water kind of coming off. It kind of goes and veers off into the right side. But on the right side, there's gonna be a lot more like trees and stuff like that. When I get west side's gonna be more ocean. I have it split up a little bit. It'll be easier if I get going. General idea. Go for here. For like sort of a grayish sort of sky. I want it to be a little bit different from the other one. And this fall apart on this one. Yeah, I need a brush and like some. Yeah, so pull some gray. And some blue. Ow. Dang, damn it. There we go. Staed, Suika. Lovely to see you. Always nice to see you. Ah. What the hell is that? There we go. There's that. Blotch stuff. It's okay. We'll make it work. You know what? Need some white. Brighten up a bit. It's a lot. It's a lot of paint. Just a little bit of blue or turquoise to bring back the blue just a little more. Okay. Kind of just map it out as much as we can. Yeah, I like that actually. I like it. It's a little bit different. I want to go for a different sort of sky back. So many bright blue skies. So I want to kind of make this one a little bit different. And I think I'll kind of add to the sort of eeriness to the environment because I want to have it be more muted sort of colors. You kind of represent that sort of time. You know? There we go. You know, we'll go all the way to the end where I want the mountains to start. That way I know where to actually start with the mountains. I go to paint them in. Kind of try to keep it as straight as possible. I'm not going to be too beholden to the lines though. Because life is perfect. Not to be too careful here. Just enough to get by. I think about having the sky very, very muted. I think it'll kind of make the water stand out a bit more. And we'll also add some like really cloudy, like sort of clouds in the back. Add to it. Okay. Back on left right side. My left. At the top there. Stand up for this one. Okay. Draw my line to the right side real quick. All right. Move the back wall. Right here. All right. Let's the rest of this corner done. All right, there's the right side. Now I need the left side done. And then we'll see where we can go from there. We'll kind of work. We'll take this one slowly, and because it's going to be a bit more complicated for the back than usual. So we kind of do one thing at a time. At least in terms of getting like the base coats. So I'll just go on, but I want to make sure I know that before I jump into the speak. That's the left side. I should grab the sides in just a minute. So grab the side here. I'll grab the top just in case. You never know. Pull the red or the right side back. There. Just kind of help more, make it more look more immersive when I put it in the shelf. Okay. All right. Let's see. Spot to place the back wall. Real quick. All right, I think my water should be dry now. Yeah. Okay, so we can probably do a wash now. This side. I have these glass water with me. I'll grab it. So one last check. So you know what? I'm gonna grab something real quick. All right, tape. I'm grabbing this like little wood plank I have. I'm gonna kind of put the base of this on there. That way, the water doesn't get anywhere. I'm trying to minimize that as much as possible. Minimize the damage. kind of hard to see at the moment. But it'll make sense in just a minute, hopefully. All right. Okay, should be good enough. There. Bring you right there. There you go. That way, the water from the wash will kind of leak onto the board here instead of the desk. Minimize the damage here. I'm just grab an extra layer of towel just in case. Okay, now we can make them wash. So I'm gonna take some blue paint and just kind of dip that in. Dump that in our water. Just add a little bit of the black. I think maybe. And there we go. And should be. Grab my sponge sticks. So you run it through the water. Put water into water. How about that? And this is why I decided not to go all the way with the water yet. Time is it? 12:26. Yep. So dump it all in there. Let it all leak it down. So do some more of these little things. I think it kind of makes it more interesting to look at once it's on the shelf, I think. There we go. So it doesn't melt the clay. I don't think it will. It's been dry for months now. So I might have to actually kind of cut it short here after this because I need to make. I don't want to disturb this one too much. I'm getting stuff where I shouldn't. That's okay. We'll fix that later. I think this being short actually. Gotta let this all dry, and I don't want to really move this. So we'll see. Maybe we can get it. Make it work. All right. See if I move it to the side, I might be able to get some more work done on the rocks. We'll see. Yeah, I still can just do that. I'll wait for it all to dry up. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, close fine. I know. It's been dried up for months now. I did this all. Did the base layer, or at least the kind of the base of the build, sort of a while ago. So we had time to paint. So until now, it might just. Yeah, we should. Just want to get a bit more deeper in some areas here. Before I come in with some more paint, just want to kind of see if this will make things a lot easier for me. I'll probably darken this area up here just because it's going into the water, so it'd be a little bit deeper sort of a color. Might require more colors actually as we go for the wash here. This will be the last run through. And then it should be it. Awesome. Smash it like it. Yeah, thanks, dude. See. Move this. Might be able to make this work. Where did I put it? Let you dry. All right, we can probably do some work on the rocks now. They're probably dry at this point. And the walls are kind of getting there, so. Oh, still drying a little bit. Probably do some little paint work there. Second coating anyways. It's not fully there yet. Get this rock laid in. Excuse me. Ah, asshole. On them. Get as much as we can there. All right. Okay. One hand down real quick. Rock where it's messy. So yeah, let's see what else we can do. Because like I said, when it comes to these streams, it's kind of like all depending on how long something takes to dry. So the back walls are dry enough. Find another coating, and then that might be about it. How these streams work. The first stream is usually the shortest because of how much, because like usually the base coats usually take the longest to dry. And so it makes it difficult for me to do anything else in these streams. Use white, gray, and then these two different. Yeah. Just gonna go a little more extra paint on the plate. White, gray, turquoise. Whatever kind of blue this is. Get that going. Okay. Should be it for the second coating here. Yeah, should be fine. Move your lamp. What is the right side? Oh, not really too much, are you? There you go. So bright. Okay. Not sure if we'll need a second color for this because I will be going with some clouds, so I probably won't need it. not really necessary at that point. I want to go for sort of a cloudy sort of sky background for this one. It'll be a little bit different. This might have to be it for the day, just because don't have much else I can do now at this point. Because I'll just be sitting here waiting for paint to dry most of the time. I don't think it's very entertaining. But we'll probably be back, or maybe a little bit later on tonight for dinner. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a late night stream. Then we'll do an after tomorrow. We'll see. All depends. So I have been wanting to kind of catch up on off and on lately. So, kind of draining me a bit. It's part of life. All right. That might be just about it for now. Yeah, that's all it is. Just paint dry now. So yeah, there's my sky. So I actually kind of just explained what the plan is here. So this is the left. So this is going to be the left side diorama. So what I have in mind is kind of have it, the water kind of this way more so, and then on the right side is where there's going to be more land. There's going to be a bit more sand, more trees and stuff like that. Some trees, but mostly on the right side. So I want to kind of make it a little bit more dynamic. Normally, I usually make the sides a little more symmetrical, but now I kind of want to do something a little bit more unique and different and make it sort of a completely different sort of environment. I want to have a different shape to the water. Because normally I would just like do like a water like straight across, but I'll have like sort of a. Let's take it. I'll show the back. I'm drawing it. I drew it with a pencil, so I'm not sure you'll be able to see it very well. Lines here kind of indicating some water. It's kind of going. So you kind of have like this one like sort of here to kind of go off and off into the right side panel. It's kind of hard to explain. Yeah, got my pencil. Just kind of show. So everything on this side will be all with like sand based. I really think what sort of the shape will be, but it's kind of like so we kind of like that, and then we can kind of go around, and then have like sort of like have it so like the water kind of goes here, and then kind of goes a little bit on this side, and then kind of ends off on the right side. Then the rest is like right corner will be all sand, all land based. It's kind of the idea I have in mind for this one. So a little bit different sort of design, because obviously if I just do I try to do it just like this. I just go straight across water and then so on and so forth. But I want to do something a little bit different for this one, again, unique shelf and whatnot. So these are with sand into the or from super challenging. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like the overall plan. It's kind of hard to explain, but I think once we get to the background more, it'll become more clear on what we're going to do here. So, but first we have to do this mountains, kind of work back to front. How you do painting, most of the time anyways. So, and yes, and then obviously going to be also going to be a lot of trees, kind of like in the background. So we got a lot of palm trees, I remember in the show. I have to look up the reference kind of trees that they actually have in that website. I want to go, but I think I want to go palm trees anyways because I think it's makes things more interesting. Because I don't really have a whole lot of palm trees on my shelves, so. Yeah, it's kind of the plan. I'll bring in the main sort of thing today. It's starting to dry pretty quickly, actually, but I still need to. I like to let it dry naturally, not try to, wait too long. But yeah, it's starting to come together, starting to shape up a bit, have a bit more vibrance to it. It's kind of give you a better view of that. There we go. There's the water so far. So that's why I kind of do the wash here, because it kind of adds a bit more depth to the previous. Wipe down some of the excess water, paint, whatever, on the side there. So be very careful. Yeah, I'm just gonna move the sand around. Try and squish it all together. Just do this for the rest of the stream. Just squish the sand in a bit more. Make it more natural looking. Just gonna tidy up some of the areas here. Yeah, thank God the two things of clay were able to work out. Because it might have had some problems if it didn't. Yeah, so obviously we have to wait until the water is done painting. Fill the rest in here, put our rocks in, and other little details. Might have some grass here and there, add a bit more to the jungle aspect of it. So, like a glacier in front of a mountain. I guess kind of, and not really. For a glacier, it's kind of is meant to be more of like a sort of a tropical island. So yeah, just trying to see if I can do anything else today. Might just add a little bit extra volume to the sand, though. Actually, there's quite a bit left over, so I might as well use it. Just add a bit more volume to some areas here. Variety. Because it would be a little bit more thicker in the back, leading into the front here, you know. It would be actually kind of funny is actually if I had some like Decepticons here making like little sand castles. That'd be kind of funny. That could be something we do. Fill in some areas Opening up. There we go. We should at least draw Decepticons, make a Canson. Nah. Maybe one day. Maybe like a separate, like, actual drawing piece. We'll see. That could actually kind of funny. Like seeing like maybe Soundwave at the beach with like Rumble and Frenzy and all them. Beach day. The Zipcons did have it hang out at the beach. And they had their base right next to one. Yeah. So, maybe one day this time, you know what, let's go for a day. Biden. Something. Let's add a bit more volume in here. But I mean, there's some paper there now. Okay. I mean, as diamond. Well, if I got like legends, like scaled, like maybe might work. I guess. Have like Starscream or something, making a sandcastle. A rough beating from Megatron. It's like oh sandcastle. Kind of like this more. It's maybe more of a natural sort of a bend downwards. There we go. Starting to look more and more natural. That should be the volume edge. It's kind of drying really quickly. But I want to make sure it's fully healed. Before I do anything crazy. Keep that away. Can't connect it just yet. Just trying to smooth it out. My finger. So leave the front, just kind of work on the back, so to speak. Great thing about this stuff is it doesn't actually stick to your fingers unless you have like something really sticky in your finger. So it shouldn't stick to Bruticus once I put them in here. So that's a good thing here. Not too far out from starting to draw out a story on. Oh, nice, dude. For cover only you would be. Okay, yeah, sure. If you want me to do a cover, I can do that. We'll work that out. On the edges here. Actually, I'm gonna try and see if I can glue that down real quick. Just want to glue the side of it, nothing more. I think that might help sort of stabilize just a little bit more. Our new thing. Why are you not coming out? Okay, so Okay, this is not working out for me. Let's see if that'll work. There we go. Grab this guy. I'm hoping that stabilize the sides here. Make it a lot stronger sort of bond here. Okay, then we'll grab the other side. Hopefully this works. We're doing some experimentation here. Scientists. Not really. That's kind of cool, actually. It's like chocolate. Oh, some other parts are falling off the other side. It's okay. We'll clean it up once it's all dried up. I think that will kind of help create a much more stronger sort of a base for it, and then it'll kind of help strengthen it once it goes into the shelf. I think that's kind of what I'm thinking, anyways. Leave that though. Got a little good on there. It's okay. Colors make sense to me. Yeah. Let's see. Not too far. Okay. And then what? That would be, I'll just leave it one. Cosme as the main characters. Oh. Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, I can draw. I can do Transformer. Okay, so drawing the characters in like Optimus Prime. Okay, that sounds cool. Yeah, yeah. That we could definitely work that out. I just Text me on Twitter, and we can kind of work things out from there. I'll try to get to it later tonight. With family, so can't promise I'll be able to respond immediately. We'll work if you want. We can do that. Oh, and I also have the other like commission you had me do with like the back girls and stuff like that. So I have that all kind of ready. You'll have it. So I'm not too sure if you want to do that or not. If you want to wait a little bit, just let me know on Twitter. We can kind of go through. Because I have the back girls all ready to go for the most part. Yeah. And wash and dry. Just trying to get the stuff on the sides. Wait. Okay, I think that's going to do it for me today. I think we got quite a bit done. We got the sand almost ready to go. The water still drying. I'll do a darker color next for the wash, and then we'll kind of go from there. I think so. So yeah, that one. That's okay. So there's our base so far. It was a fun one. It was a lot of fun actually, kind of doing the sand for this. So I guess we're just waiting for the paint to dry, and we have the other side and back wall to do. So we'll probably do that. Hopefully tonight, maybe we can do a stream. If not, definitely tomorrow. Kind of looks like chicken nuggets. Like it's like a big chicken nugget. But yeah. All right, so that's gonna be it for me. I'll probably be back if I'm up for it because I might be really tired. My little nieces, they obviously my nieces today as well, so they can take it out of me. So, but yes, I think we're just to get out of here. I mean, a good amount of time, so I think we got quite a bit of time. So we'll probably have a lot more to do tomorrow for especially the back one. I think that's what we're going to do most. Yeah, almost. Yeah. It would be really cool if I did like a this kind of like this diorama res. I actually have no idea how to do any of that, so I'm going to bother. So, yeah, so that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure I say hi to everybody. Make sure everyone acknowledged. So we got Grumpy, we got Squeak, we got Walking Lord TGC, a new face in the channel. We got Comic Relief Crusader, and we got Dan Mel. So thank you guys so much for dropping by. And I'm gonna see you guys later. Before we end it, we gotta go off that clip again.
Retreat!
The mission is lost! Who are you to defy me?
I've heard enough of his orders. We need to take control of this ship. Combaticons, combine into Bruticus!